Hi, I'm Kalia, and welcome to my reinvention journey. I'm a 65-year-old woman who is without a retirement income. So I've had to go back to the drawing board and find a way to sustain myself in the future. Now, I could go two directions. I could try to live on my modest Social Security, move into my truck camper, and eliminate most of my expenses. That is the first path. And to be honest, there's a lot of people doing it. There's nothing wrong with that path. But I'm taking the second road, which is to reinvent myself, to discover a new way to make a living that doesn't involve getting a job and that doesn't involve breathing life back into a coaching business that has been declining for 3 years. And I have found a solution for myself in a residual income plus membership model to where I am basically earning residual income every month on the same customers. And I really love this model because it is something that I can build for my future that doesn't involve always having to get new clients. So I can get so many new customers, and that can sustain me over a period of time. And what I really like about this is not just the model itself, but because I love helping people. I've been helping people my entire life, and I'm really dedicated to helping people. And I love the idea of helping people who are in the same boat that I have been, that don't have a retirement income saved up and they don't quite know how they're going to manage. But also for people that might find themselves laid off from their job and also not knowing where to go or what to do. Here's the thing that I've realized on this path is that we have to stop relying on systems outside of our control to support us. So we can't look to corporate America. We can't look to our employers to continue to employ us. We can't look to government systems to take care of us. We've got to build something that is people-oriented. And I've really felt this for a very long time, that even though my previous business was people-oriented, I produced a lot of content and I got a certain amount of coaching clients that sustained me. With the economy shifting, and I'm not going to put blinders on and say the economy is not shifting, I'm acknowledging that it's, the worst it's ever been since I've been alive. And it's really sad for younger people and older people that just cannot seem to manage and make their bills. That's a real situation. So we need real answers. We need real solutions. And these solutions, we can go get a job, of course, but there's no guarantee that that job's going to stay with us. And when you're building something like what I'm building, it puts the control back in my own hands. Now I have no control over how many customers I get necessarily. I have to understand it's a numbers game and I've got to keep working at it. But for me, the business isn't about getting customers. Customers are the byproduct or the end result of offering solid content, solid motivation, solid inspiration, training, everything that people need to be successful. So I'm bringing my coaching, my probably about 35 years that I've been helping people through business, I'm bringing that to the table because I have a lot to offer. I have these gifts, and I know that you do too, that everybody has certain gifts that are what they have accumulated over their lifetime, gifts, skills, abilities, that we really want to bring those to the table. Nobody comes to the table empty-handed. So I am bringing my talents and my skills as a coach and a clinical hypnotherapist, where I work with changing the subconscious mind, the programs of our subconscious mind, so that we can be successful. I'm brand new at this. I'm just bringing you along on the journey because I want to be able to demonstrate to people what it really takes to be successful at something like this, and really be able to celebrate those wins along the way, because there's a lot of money opportunities online, make money online, that really promise pie in the sky results. And I think it's very misleading for people, because there is a certain amount of personal investment that's required to be successful online. And when I say personal investment, I don't just mean money. I mean that you have to develop a set of daily action steps that you're going to take, to where every day you're doing a little bit and a little bit more and a little bit more, and that you don't give up on yourself. That's the big thing that people do, is if they don't reach those pie in the sky results right away like they were promised, they end up feeling like they have failed. There's no real failure when we set out to do something. We might pivot, we might redirect, we might realize that an opportunity is no longer working for us and need to shift directions. But the real truth is that we have to show up every day, and we have to show up with a positive mindset and keep going. And that's what I'm working on myself, because I used to have a really positive mindset, and somewhere along the line when things weren't working for me, my mindset took a nosedive and I wasn't doing very well anymore. So I realized, because the business that I am aligned with has a daily mastermind, and I'm starting to plug into that mastermind first thing every morning. And actually, in order to get my workout in too, I also work out. I spend 15 minutes on my rebounder, and I either lift weights after that or I do a yoga workout. And that's really important to me too, to stay healthy and to stay strong. So I combine the two. I turn on the mastermind and I start jumping. And it works really well for me. I'm killing two birds with one stone, so to speak. And I'm getting that positive information while I'm jumping and doing something positive for myself. So I'm not just sitting there and listening. I am actively listening. And what that has done for me is it's really reminding me that in order to be successful in life, I really do need to see my own success, to have that vision of my own success, and stay positive. So I'm having to pull myself out of the gutter, so to speak, to where I was feeling really defeated and feeling like life wasn't supporting me anymore. And even with my spiritual beliefs, that God wasn't supporting me anymore. And I really had to change my mindset. And changing my mindset is really about making a decision to change my mindset. It's not something that happens overnight. But what I've done to change my mindset is I made a commitment that I'm going to plug into that daily mastermind and start feeding myself with positive information every single morning when I start my day. So I'm starting my day on a good foot. And then I need to take certain action steps out of that positivity each day. And I believe that's what it really takes for us to be successful in our own business, no matter what that business is that we need to start our day on the right foot and move forward. And I am somebody coming from feeling depressed about my life, going through a dark night of the soul, feeling my old self dissolving before the new self even came in. And now I'm in the process of rebuilding, reinventing, recreating myself as somebody who is not that depressed person that felt like she had no future, but somebody that believes my future can be better than it's ever been. That I can create something worthwhile for myself, and I can help other people to create something worthwhile for themselves. And that's what really excites me, is to have this mindset so that I don't just come onto this Reinvention Journey YouTube channel that I've just started with the "Ain't it awful? Isn't it horrible? This is how bad it is." And even though my saying that might resonate with a lot of people watching this who feel that way, that's not how we're going to change the course of our life. We're going to change the course of our life by realizing that where one door closes, another opens. And we can create something even better. And for a lot of people, what they had before wasn't good at all, so even better is pretty easy to obtain. But that we can create something good and positive and sustainable for our future. And this is where my excitement comes in. This is really what I want to do for myself and for others, is to focus on the positive, focus on what I can build, focus on creating for the future, focus on the actual journey of reinvention, what needs to happen. So the first thing that needs to happen for me on my reinvention journey is I need to plug into that mastermind every single morning to start my day with a dose of positivity. And I need to take a certain amount of positive action steps every single day towards my business. That's what I have for you today, and I hope this is helpful. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.